welcome back to my channel. I've missed you already. It's only been a couple of days, but I already miss you, and I decided to come back and share another story time with you guys because that's what you keep on asking, and then you keep on asking me to do the dollar store product testing, which will be coming soon. So today's story time is actually Mother's Day themed because this happened on Mother's Day when I was working at a breakfast place, and I'm not going to tell you guys to grab your popcorn because you will be so disgusted you might actually puke. Yes, so keep the popcorn away, keep any snacks you have away from yourself because this story time is going to be so disgusting. I'm warning you right now. But before I go into today's story time, I just want to say that this video has been sponsored by my friends who have created one of the greatest apps ever. It's called Fiends. I talked about this in my previous videos and you guys love it. Some of you are on like level 70 and I was like, whoa, I'm only on level 21, but I know I'm getting there. I'll catch up. If you guys are playing this game, please comment down below letting me know what level you are on. And this is so exciting because Fiends is actually giving out a Mother's Day special gift on May 8th. So make sure to play on that day to receive your gift. I think that is so generous of them to do. So yeah, if you guys want to, you should definitely check out my description box. I will leave all the information on this app down below. It is completely free. So yeah. Thank you, Fiends, for collabing with me. Again, I love collabing with you. Anyways, let's go straight into today's story time. So I'm going to be talking about two incidents that were so disgusting, and I still, up to this day, I can't believe both of these things had happened. And if I was the client, I would probably sue the place, but one of the incidents, I don't know, like, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm still shocked that these things happened and I was there and I should have done something about it, but I was new and I couldn't be like, hey, you can't do that. Like, people would they would fire me if I did that. I'm not gonna be naming the place I used to work at just because it still is a very popular place that people go to, so I don't want to throw in that shade. I mean, it is a franchise, so that doesn't mean every single restaurant is doing that, but I do know, like, lots of my friends used to work at different restaurants, and like, we do know that restaurants are not the cleanest places, and they do sometimes do things that are so disgusting. Clients would probably like sue the place if they found out about it. This happened when I was in grade 10. Yes, I started working at the place when I was in grade 10. But yeah, I love my manager. Like, all my co-workers were all so nice. We were like a family. Yeah, everyone was over 30s and I was the only teenager working there. So everyone was nice to me. While I was working, I was responsible for doing the cash. I was responsible for doing hosting and cleaning tables all at the same time, which was so hectic because on weekends, I don't know if you guys know this, but breakfast places tend to be so busy, like so busy. So the first incident I remember these all so well. So the first one happened on Mother's Day. So it was a very, very busy day because Mother's Day, like, people would call in, try to book a spot, but we're like, no, first come, first serve. So you already know the lineup was going all the way outside and it was just so hectic. And these parties, like, the people who would come in, there would be a group of 10 or a group of 5. Like, there were big parties. So it was like so bad. Because it was so busy, I think this is the reason this incident happened. Okay, so this is what happened. So while we were cleaning and stuff, I was taking the plates and I was putting them into the dishwasher. So I was going back and forth while cleaning a table, and I remember as I was coming back, like, to the workplace, or like where they would make food or like prepare the toast and stuff, I remember coming to the back with these dishes and I saw a server, let's name him Bob. So Bob had a plate and there was food on it and he placed it on a table and it was right beside the dishwasher area. So while I'm cleaning off the plates and I'm putting everything away, putting in the dishwasher, and then making my way back to the table that I'm cleaning at, taking more plates, and as I'm going back again, I see my manager taking the plate that Bob left recently and started to throw it all out into the garbage can where like all the waste, all the food waste would go to, and then put it in the dishwasher. That's what she did. I was like, cool, you did my job for me, awesome. So basically, when I came back the third time from cleaning the table, coming to the dishwasher, I see Bob panicking. Bob started yelling at me because I was like the bus girl or whatever, and he's like, where's the plate? Did you clean it off? Where did you go? Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, I didn't touch it. Like, I did not touch it. I'm cleaning up another table. And he's like, then where'd you go? While he's yelling at me, my manager makes her way towards us and she says, what's going on? And Bob is like, I left a plate here that was supposed to be wrapped up to go and it's gone. And she's like, well, I was the one who tossed it in the garbage and now the plate is in the dishwasher. And he's like, well, what do we do now, right? He's not gonna yell at the manager, but he's like, what do we do now? And so my manager, I still cannot believe she did this. She went into the garbage can, she grabbed the food, put it into a to-go container, gave it to Bob, and me and Bob are just looking at her, and he's like, are you serious? And she's like, yes, go give it back to them. And I was like, what the hell? Did this just actually happen? Did she actually grab the food from the garbage can and packed it to go? I don't know how she did that. I just, oh my god, I just want to vomit thinking about that. And just think about it this way, someone actually ate that food, and the bin that we throw in the garbage in, it's so gross. Like, every time I would come in towards the dishwasher, I would have a gag reflex because that's how gross it was. And she literally like picked it out of there, put it in a to-go box and gave it to Bob, and Bob went and gave it to the people. And I know you guys are gonna be mad at me and be like, Milana, how could you let that happen? That is so disgusting. Well, guys, I was a bus girl. I did not have say in anything. Like, I was the lowest of the low in that restaurant. I just started working. I was the youngest one, and I couldn't stand up to my manager and tell her what to do. Like, that's like, I don't know. I know it would have been the right thing to do, but I just didn't want to lose my job. So I just walked away out of there, and I'm like, that's none of my business, and just, yeah, let it happen. I know that's so bad, but I mean, I'm not saying that this happens at every single restaurant, but from now on, you guys, whenever I pack my food to go, I ask them to bring the box to me, and I'm like, no, 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 it's fine, like, I'll pack it up myself, because I'm traumatized up to this day. Like, I will never give my food to a server to pack it up for me. Like, I always say, no, no, can I have a box? I'll pack it up myself. So that was my first incident. That was so gross, and it happened on Mother's Day, so I feel bad for the mother who took that food to go. Anyway, the second incident, it didn't actually happen on Mother's Day, but it did happen. I remember it so clearly. It was so gross. Like, if this happened to me, I would probably sue the place. So it was a typical day at work. It wasn't that busy. There were like very little people in there. And basically, Bob, let's say Bob, I don't remember who was. So Bob was responsible for the booths, and someone made a complaint from the booths. And Bob comes into the back, and he's like, someone complained about their crepe or omelet. I don't remember what it was. And my manager said, what's wrong with it? And I'm just listening to all this. I would listen to everything because, I mean, like, the job was boring, and whenever something was happening, everyone had to know. Like, it was just, that was the best part about working in the restaurant, because everyone would always, like, talk crap about each other, and then whenever something bad would happen, like, everyone would know about it. So I was sitting there, like, I was cleaning off a dish, and then I was listening to this happening, and he basically said they found a Band-Aid in their food. And I was like, what the hell? And she's like, what? What Band-Aid? And he's like, yeah, they found a Band-Aid in their omelet. I'm getting nauseous talking about this. He said they found a Band-Aid in their omelet, and they would want a refund. And I was standing there, and I was like, if I found a bloody Band-Aid in my food, I would not only ask for a refund, I would ask for like $100,000. I know, I'm joking. I wouldn't ask for that much, but I'd be like, lifetime of breakfast and lunch for this girl, because are you kidding me? Like, that is disgusting. You could literally catch something if you had a bloody Band-Aid in your food. You know what I mean? After they made them a new omelet, my manager, she was holding the plate, and she's like, to the people who are working in the back, they're like, whose Band-Aid is this? Like, whose is this? The guy who was making the omelets, he's like, oh my god, like, I can't even believe that I didn't see my Band-Aid slip off. And it was just so funny. Like, oh my god. Can you just imagine enjoying your breakfast and you find a bloody Band-Aid on your omelet? I would puke twice. And like, maybe die. It's like, how do you make an omelet and not realize that you misplaced your Band-Aid while making the omelet? Like, how? How does that happen? Please tell me. Oh my god, so disgusting. I'm sorry I had to share that with you guys. The good thing to take out of this whole scenario is that it made me realize that whenever you go out to eat in restaurants, you don't know who's making you food. You don't know if someone sneezed on it, if someone went to the bathroom, didn't wash their hands, and completed your food. You don't know. And you don't know if it fell on the floor and then came back on your plate to go. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know these things. And the whole moral of the story is to stay away from restaurants as much as you can. And if you do end up going to a restaurant and you end up asking them to pack it to go, make sure you pack it up yourself, because you might have someone pack it up like my manager did, and you know, you don't want that to happen. But yeah, that was my experience working at a breakfast and lunch place. I ended up quitting about a year after working there. Anyways, that is it for today's story time. I hope that didn't make you nauseous or sick, but not gonna lie, I feel nauseous right now. I'm gonna go now. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Mwah.